We're back here with a special guest for Interview with the Lockpicker, the man in the mask. He's been, some of his accolades, as I've looked him up, is the only man to escape the Black Dolphin prison in Russia just to get a coffee and come back to his cell. And he's been known to be the inspiration for films such as James Bond, books such as Sherlock Holmes, and probably best known, the John Wick series. But I was told by the filmmaker that they had to tone it down a little bit. So without any more introduction here, who do we got behind the mask here?
Sorry for the disappointment. It's me.
So we got Coxie here. We're doing an international interview here, and I'm pretty excited about it. You're a pretty interesting guy. I love watching your videos, and I think we kind of vibrate on the same tempo. So your videos just amp me up.
I just like to.
So the first question we'll go
Obviously in the statement
is how were you introduced to this community?
To Locksport, well, to be as daft as it sounds, right? It's a while now, at least a couple of sleeps. But it was all the way back when Bosnian Bill and Lockpicking Lawyer, they were starting up. There was a couple of old salts still batting around. Albert LaBelle, they convinced me. I mean, I started off on this thing called Reddit, and I didn't really understand the forums. So, I mean, I've been lockpicking for donkeys, and I just wanted to see what else was out there because I've been making all my tools with saws, and then all of a sudden these cheap picks started appearing on Amazon, and then found someone called Lock Noob. Tell you what, class guy, right?
Yeah,
his vids, fantastic. And to be honest, it kind of encouraged me to pick up the camera and point it at my ads because why not? That's it. So, and the rest, as they say, is a rather shady history.
Other than your videos and lock picking and stuff like that, is there anything you'd like people to know about you that isn't normal common knowledge?
I don't know really. Most people who know me, right? And there's no real skeletons in the closet. I really enjoy planning escapes for other people. That sort of avenue with the escapology side of things has been kind of cool. I like that process. But every lock sporter is an escape artist. They just didn't know it. The basics of every single a padlock and a set of handcuffs, and then all the rest of it is just pretty garnishing on the top. So yeah, it's been quite a journey in the escapology side, and with the lock picking side of things, I moved over to handcuffs predominantly on the channel because everyone was picking the same lock. It's strange. You'll see a pattern of all the channels suddenly picking the same lock.
Yeah.
Right. It's like what's an available lock, and it's like, well, yes, everyone's seen people pick it. It's like, yeah, we know it can be picked. So don't see many handcuffs. I've got a very large handcuff collection. Might as well share it. So it went down that way. So yeah, that was it.
So yeah, you hit the nail on the head right there with that. That's where I was at. I was making videos, picking certain locks, and they've all been done, and I always find somebody that I think, you know what, I can't top that video. That's the perfect video for it. So why do that one, So I've been hawing around trying to think of more content. I can go into all kinds of other things, but I wanted to stick with the lock picking because it's a very important part of my life. And when the opportunity came up to take over this series, I jumped on it because it's really important to me. So yeah, I get it. And you got to have some kind of what is it, pizzazz, to hold people's attention, and you got that. I try to see how you do things.
I, I like the new challenge, right? So when I first started, everything had to be long form factor, get to 10 minutes, right, and you'll be golden.
Yeah,
And then it was actually bring it down to 3 minutes. Your vids are too long. And then it was we like a minute. Let's see. You're thinking, Jesus, do you
yeah,
know how hard these fucking shackles are? And then suddenly you're getting quicker and quicker at picking handcuffs because YouTube's forcing you to get quicker and quicker. And you're like, you then end up talking like on rapid fire, going, I've got this. Look at this. It's on. It's in. It's gone. There we
yeah.
are. Ta-ra! Right, and then that's it. You kind of get a name for yourself as being the guy that gets out of cuffs really quickly. I blame YouTube. So
So I remember we were talking quite a while back, and you were showing some of your handcuff collection and stuff. What got you into handcuffs and things like that? Was it like a interest in uh, just escaping, or what really got you into the whole handcuffs? Because you got an astonishing collection.
well, thanks. I quite like my collection. It's cool. It's got some really unique pieces. Um, but that's it. I find the actual the mechanisms really unique. It's we all look at locks and think, yeah, that's the one. That's the much nuts. But when you look at a handcuff, right, not so much the modern ones. The modern ones are all pretty much the same. It's just like it's a pull on a spring and it's got a dead loop. Yeah, well, great. But like from the 1880s to so I want to say around about 1940, the mechanisms in them were really intricate. Everyone was trying to be the next best thing, and so you can see some absolutely fantastically good ideas, some crazy ones, right? But some really good ideas and some really intricate work on the engineering side of things. And when you look at the cuff, you're thinking, Jesus. And then when you put into context, you think they were making this in the 1800s, right? And we're struggling to make crap these days, and we're having to get it all from China. This was all being made in house in countries. Can you imagine asking another country to make your restraints for you, right? Back in the 1800s, there was a no go, right? That was it. It's got to be in house.
Yeah,
So yeah, uh, the Americans and their design set was they were trying to show off to the world, right, that their engineering capability was phenomenal and second to none. And then you've got the UK saying, well, actually, do you know what? We've got cuffs that you can't get out of. They're brutal, but you can't get out of them. So you had like the flip side. And then you had a lot of the European ones that were like kind of picking from, oh, we like that bit from the Americans. We like that bit from the Brits. And you end up with this hodgepodge of like high security fuckery. And so, yeah, it was quite interesting. And then obviously, like every stupid idiot does, I am a professional in that department. You put them on and then try and get them off again when you haven't got a key. That's always a good challenge.
it happened to me before I even thought about picking handcuffs. I was working as a skip tracer, like a bounty hunter, which is a horrible job. No, it's not cool at all. But a friend of mine gave me a really nice pair of Smith and Wessons, and he goes, "But I don't have a key for them." And I'm like, "Shit," you know. And I didn't want to break them or anything. Since I didn't know about handcuffs, I didn't want to start picking at it, because I was a picker, but so I had to run around town on a Sunday trying to find a key or someone I knew that had a key.
See, now if you were a subscriber back then, you'd have been straight over it.
Oh yeah, I'd have been out of it in 2 seconds.
I
So
mean, I have got an example of what I call over the top engineering, just sat conveniently behind me. It's almost like I prepared these things. This is a Maltby, right, as you can see, right, and it's an unusual crescent shape. And the thing that will stand out is this little prong. It's a really clever design. The idea was that this is how the officer would have it. It would be unlatched in a pair on their belt. They then come out to arrest the ruffian, right? They cock it, and now it's in the cocked position, like so. And then when the arm hits there, it closes up
Oh,
and it
neat.
snips in, and that's it. It's locked. And that key is not a traditional key. So you have a barrel, and there's about 4 different springs that you've got to align at the same time. It's kind of cool. And this is the sort of thing I was saying about not every handcuff is the same, but this is like, wow, what are you
Hmm.
thinking? That's some next level crap there. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's so fascinating. I love that engineering, across the world, everybody trying to, um, like you said, be the best of whatever the maker is, and we got away from that so bad, and it's really disheartening. And the history in it, I'm a big history buff. World War II, you know, anything to go with that, I'm obsessed with. So,
I have got a cup from World War II on my desk.
oh, really?
It's in my Do I Dare Show It on Channels one. Right. I have to stretch over. If I just put my finger there. There we go. Right. Oh, and there. There we go. Right. Strategic finger placement for obvious reasons. These were German during the war, um, but you'll see that they're based on the lips design and their lever locks. And notice that it's not a double strand; it's a single strand. So it was less metal, so they didn't have to use as much. And that design is kind of what stuck through all the way through to modern day. It's interesting where the design came from, but obviously we'll close that one up so you can't see the markings. But it's a nice small form factor.
Wow.
And for the first time in a long time, Europe had a key that actually was based on a lever lock. So there you go.
Really? That's
It's kind
one
of
thing.
cool.
Yeah, that's one thing I
It's
didn't know
just,
about World War II. No,
I
I'm
mean, that was the German ones, right? The Italians went one further, which, to be fair, this is probably one of my most favorite handcuffs.
whoa.
Um, right? It's an amazing design. Uh, it was done based on a really, really old one. Just get it open. There we go. So it swings open like that, and obviously a hand on a hand, and then it's one pivot point, which means that the less things that move, the less things that can go wrong.
Hmm.
That's the idea behind it. There we go. That's that. And every one of the collectors calls it a dollar bill, and because of that, I can't find any other information apart from the dollar handcuff. Right? Oh, great. So I don't know what its original name was, but I know that it was German Italians that did it. Now this one has got the low security key. There's a high security key, which is a flat blade, and I'm trying my hardest to find one. But if I don't find one, I don't find one. I've got one of these, so I'm kind of happy. It's not Pokemon. I don't have to get them all. I just try my hardest.
Right? Wow, those German ones were
So
amazing because I collect anything from World War II, from Allied to Axis, anything, because I think, in my mind, if we don't study the past, we're doomed to repeat it. And
yeah,
not only that, but the innovation, the engineering, and World War II changed this world and put it into a trajectory that hasn't been done.
science on top.
Yeah, it hasn't been done or seen or probably ever will again,
No, the scientists ruled the waves, as it were, on that one. And as daft as it sounds, wars were won with maths. So stay in school, kids.
Yeah,
Right?
absolutely. Then with that, do you have any lock pickers you feel you'd like to mention that are of note, maybe new or niche or
Um. Well, obviously, I mentioned the big ones at the start.
hmm
Going through now, I do find an affinity with bumping into the smaller channels because I'm a niche of a niche of a niche, right? And despite the fact that I'm a bad smell, I keep hanging around. It's fine. So I hang around with a lot of the smaller channels. So I've got August Anarchy, all right, they're brilliant. AJ, all right. I've got Not Too Dead, C Stew Do, all right. C Stew Do's blowing up, right? It's fantastic what he's doing with the Mitten Maid and everything else. We've also got Deadlocks, who's a fellow escapologist with myself. Right. There's a young lady that's just started up her YouTube career, Minerva. If you get a chance, she's into just cuffs and escaping and picking padlocks. Right. But we might be able to get more involved as we're going through. Maybe she might do some more escapes and stick to her namesake. But yeah, and obviously you got Nick's picks. I would say Roy Salmons, but you can't follow him at the minute. That's another drama that's unfolded in the background.
Yeah,
So yeah,
I wondered what was going on. That's funny. I just noticed that last night.
yeah. It's I think YouTube's taken his channel away for something for guidelines. I'm not sure. He's appealing, as far as I know. Right, so we might see Roy back, but this is the second time it's happened. So I don't know. It'd be interesting to find out what it was that he did that caused the furore, as it were.
Right?
But yeah, it's good because it's always a cool channel.
Yeah.
I quite like it. So
Absolutely. But with that, we'll cut off the interview with the lockpicker. I try to keep it as close to the original as
yeah,
I can for lockpicker 1969, and then, like I told you in the pre-interview here, we got the Into the Shadows where it just goes off the rails, and we can go there. But with that, we'll do. Is there any special thanks or any advice you would give to new and upcoming lockpickers?
okay. So for lockpickers, all right, just because someone says cheap ones don't work, no, they're set on Amazon for 15 quid. It's as good as you can make it. You'll get some locks open with that. Don't have to spend big to open stuff. And lots of people fall in the trap of getting these really expensive tools that are designed for delicate, intricate locks, and then you just go and hand spanner them across. 15 quid and you're laughing kit bags. For the people that are dealing with handcuffs and escapology, please be safe. Always have somebody around with you. Right? For the love of God, right, have a key around your neck on a lanyard, right, so you can actually go through it. Do not be the reason that someone needs to phone the emergency services. Right? Keep yourself safe. Right? Everything has to be safe. And remember, if you're not having fun, don't do it.
That's great. I like that. I think that's one of the best endings to the interview there. Well, hopefully you got enough time to stick around for Into the Shadows.
Yep.
If you haven't seen Coxie, make sure you follow his channel. And thanks for stopping in. It was great.
No. Right. I'm going to get you something, but I'll show on the afterward, after the dark bit for you. All right. 2 secs.
Okay.
Just put your Clark Kent glasses over there.